All right, Thanksgiving is, I don't think that's right, 6 days away, 5 days away? It's around the corner. Let's just say that. My math isn't mathing. Hanukkah, Christmas, 33 days away. So let's be honest, one of the best parts about the holidays is all the delicious food you get to cook and eat, from a full Thanksgiving spread to all the baking and yummy sweets. That's where I get in trouble around like Christmas. It's easy to overindulge. The average American gains 2 pounds between Thanksgiving and New Year's every day. Might not sound like a lot, but get this part. Research shows that you gain those 2 pounds, but you don't lose them.
Oh, great.
So it keeps adding up year after year. We're getting a nod over here.
That's right. In today's Kitchen Table Talk, we are discussing ways to stay on track and not gain weight while still, of course, enjoying your holiday. We want to bring in Dr. Kohli into the conversation to give us some tips. So what do you suggest? Because everybody wants to enjoy the holidays, and that does come with a lot of baked goods and food and sometimes alcohol.
Oh, for sure, yeah. So if you're running a marathon, do you train for the marathon?
Yes.
Of course you do, right? So I want us to think about our holiday eating sort of like a marathon for our stomach, and I want us to start training for that marathon now. And what that means is
expanding the stomach.
What are we saying?
Increasing our metabolism by starting to amp up our exercise. So that's the first step, is sort of get in the habit of sort of getting ready to eat more calories so that your body knows that you're going to be eating more calories. The second is damage control. I do this a lot. So after a big holiday party, indulge, have a good time, but the next day you want to make sure that you do some damage control, whether that's intermittent fasting or portion control. You want to sort of counteract what you did the night before, whether that's eating too much or drinking too much alcohol, by having more potassium in your diet. Help yourself to flush out some of that salt, cutting those calories down a little bit. And then the third, I would say, especially on Thanksgiving morning, do not skip breakfast. Because a lot of us say, okay, well, I'm going to have a big dinner, so I'm just going to skip breakfast altogether. It's suggest a small meal, like a yogurt smoothie or something that's really easy to digest, so that you sort of get your gut ready for it. And then what I like to try to get my family to do, and they never listen to me, is
an evening walk.
Yes, in between the appetizers and the dinner, right? So you have some snacks, you have some drinks, and then everybody should exercise a little bit together.
Oh, yeah.
To get the metabolism going.
How does your mom feel about that?
Oh my gosh.
I love her mom.
I almost got thrown out of one of my family Thanksgivings. They were like, you could go exercise alone, but we are going to sit here and watch television.
What about your nephew? What's he say?
Oh, he's on that Nintendo Switch the whole time.
Oh my gosh, the Switch.
Yes.
Working out his
Runs our
fingers,
household.
right?
Working out his fingers, yes, exactly right.
So what about mitigating alcohol content? Because I always feel like, I mean, that's why, you know, dry January's become this thing, and I don't know if I'm doing all that, but it's hard to navigate the parties and everybody's coming over, and I mean, the liquor cabinet is full. How do we not overdo it?
Yeah, so alcohol is such an important part of our social life that if you enjoy drinking, I don't want to discourage you from drinking, but being mindful of the amount of dose of alcohol. So what I like to tell people is that, for example, over Thanksgiving dinner, it's better if you have a drink early and then one late with dinner, rather than two sort of back to back, because it gives your body a little bit of time to process. The other thing you can do is switch alcoholic and non-alcoholic, sort of alternate back and forth. So if you're going to a party and it's time for round 2, maybe that second round will be non-alcoholic to give your body a little bit of time to process. And then just be mindful of those liquid calories, because that's the other piece of it. Whether it's alcoholic or non-alcoholic, the sugar, the calories, they really, really can add up with those drinks, and we don't even realize it.
They also, too, when you're drinking and you start to feel, you know, a little buzzed, you do lose kind of like those inhibitions of like, you just continue to overeat.
That's
The
exactly
drunk
right.
munchies are real.
Well, and it's not just the alcohol, Sam. I'm glad you brought that up, but it's even talking to others. I notice that when I'm in a social setting, everybody's eating, you just eat a little bit more, because you're not being what we call mindful while you're eating, because you're talking, you're interacting, you're socializing, and so you sort of forget your body's cues. So this actually comes from Japanese medicine, where they say you should stop eating when you're about 80% full, because that last 20% just hasn't kicked in yet. It takes the brain about 30 to 40 minutes to trigger your satiety signal. And so if you eat till you're full, by definition, you've already overeaten.
It's good advice, really good advice. Thank you so much, Dr. Kohli, as always.